There are a sizable number of folks on social media saying that the WWE could surprise us with Jey Uso beating Gunther. Evidently, many feel this could actually happen. I'm going to share my thoughts here and how I feel Jey should be booked from here onwards. If you are a Jey Uso fan and love fantasy booking in a logical way, then please stick around so that we can have some fun. We all know Jey is a huge star. The fans love him, and his merchandise sells out quick. Basically, he's a money-making machine, so from that perspective, it would make sense that the WWE would push him. I definitely see him being a champion. Sometimes the WWE does surprise us, like how Jey won the Intercontinental Championship, or how Shinsuke Nakamura beat LA Knight for the United States Championship. Plus, we are getting closer to WrestleMania, and maybe the WWE wants to break that whole logic of, oh, titles can't switch this close to WrestleMania. That's usually how we assume things as we get closer to WrestleMania, so a swerve is possible. Plus, we have seen Jey Uso get these chances so many times, so maybe this time could just be different. But will it actually happen? I feel Jey could get very close. If I was part of the creative, I would have this match be the start of a compelling journey. Hear me out. I'm gonna put on my invisible creative hat and share how I feel Jey Uso should be booked. So get ready for my writing skills, I suppose. So at Saturday night's main event, Jey Uso gives it his all. We tell a story throughout the match where Gunther is taken aback by Jey's resilience and ability to hang in. He is taken aback by some defense tactics by Jey Uso. We show a transition from a very confident, arrogant Gunther in the beginning of the match to a desperate, slightly impressed Gunther towards the end. Maybe even a Gunther that seems to be losing confidence. We literally take Gunther to the edge, where at times we genuinely feel Jey could win. However, eventually Gunther does his chokehold submission move, which he often does, and Jey passes out. So Gunther is still the World Heavyweight Champion. Now, hang in there, trust me. I promise. By this in-ring story during the match, we have seeded in the possibility of Jey being prepared, more so equipped and capable of winning the championship. At this point, I feel the main issue is that Jey doesn't feel as equipped and able even if the fans love him. Yes, he is over. But after this match, Gunther can't underestimate him, the locker room can't underestimate him, and the haters can't underestimate him. Remember, Gunther has been mocking Jey Uso, saying he's not at his level. And you kind of have that hierarchy thing playing here. So if Jey Uso can just do incredibly well in the match and just show Gunther that he has that potential, that would be beautiful to see. And it basically goes with Jey Uso's entire character arc till now. He always felt like a wrestler who just has a particular limit, that's set for him. He hasn't really been able to cross over to the big leagues, which is why fans love him, because he's that underdog, right? So that's the whole point of this entire thing, and I feel that would be great to just play with that narrative. So that's the first thing that should happen. Now, the second thing. We have the Royal Rumble. I'm thinking Jey should get in fairly early, maybe at number 6 or something like that, and then ends up being one of the last 5 men in the match. We should again be made to feel that Jey could potentially do it, and the audience should just be hooked onto Jey's journey by this point, even more so than before. However, Gunther randomly walks down the entrance and stands at the ringside as the match continues. At one point, when Jey is about to get eliminated, he tries to fight back, but Gunther gets involved and Jey is eliminated. Gunther does not want the possibility of facing Jey Uso once again, and he knows Jey Uso would choose him if he were to win the Royal Rumble. He also fears that Jey now knows his strengths and weaknesses since he already faced him in the ring and did quite well. So he screws Jey Uso at the Royal Rumble. By this point, you're probably thinking, I thought this video was for the fans of Jey Uso, so why you keep screwing him over? Well, that's because moments like these make the ultimate victory more special. You need a strong story. Now the shit is personal, and we all want Jey Uso to really go on this journey. A couple weeks after the Rumble, as we get close to the Elimination Chamber match, Jey Uso is jumped backstage. It could be either by the Bloodline, or Drew McIntyre, or maybe even Gunther. But point is that he is taken out of action and he is forced to miss WrestleMania. Listen, I know as Jey Uso fans, you're probably thinking, what the hell is wrong with me? But please hang in there. Consider this as a long-term booking. Just imagine the heat that would get, how angry people would get, and the emotional connection that this would create even further, towards Jey Uso. To miss the WrestleMania. The payoff will be splendid, I promise. This is basically a refresh for Jey. He now has all the reasons to prepare for his return and focus on finishing his story. Yeah, we've heard that before. If I had creative power in the WWE, I would have Jey train and get a fresh set of moves in his moveset. Let's face it, he needs more than just flying kicks and the Uso splash. I'd use social media as a space where Jey Uso can perhaps rant about how Gunther made him miss WrestleMania, which for a WWE superstar is a huge letdown. Even if he wasn't to compete in the main event, missing the entire event entirely sucks. Then you'd also have Gunther or whoever beat him bragging about it, how they took Jey Uso out of WrestleMania. So now what's Jey's story? It is to go past all the obstacles in his way and focus on becoming the World Heavyweight Champion once he is back. Now, let's assume Gunther is still the champion, months down the line. Even if he isn't, it doesn't really quite matter. Jey Uso returns, let's say 4 months later, not at a PLE, but on Raw or SmackDown. Imagine his music just hitting randomly, with no hint or clue of his return. The Yeet lovers would go insane. It would be a wild return, a huge pop. And just by this, you've basically turned him into a legit face of the company. Boom, everyone is hooked. There's an emotional connection. Ideally, he returns with the more fresh moveset. He's been working out and really building his skills. Now this is when his journey for the gold really begins, with nothing that can distract him. We have him win a few matches. He beats all those that came in his way earlier. Eventually, we have the rematch between him and Gunther for the World Heavyweight title. If Gunther is no longer the champion, then it can be against anybody, but we would still need a Jey Uso versus a Gunther match where Jey beats Gunther, and it needs to be a cool match, a bloody awesome match, which shows a new Jey Uso. Now, ideally, we would love Jey to win his first World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, but then I don't know how far you can stretch this story. Maybe he can have a decent Intercontinental Championship reign or some other reign before actually becoming the World Heavyweight Champion. There are many, I know this, who feel that Jey Uso is over, but he isn't championship material at the moment. Yes, that does indeed need to be fixed. WWE should just leverage on the idea of an underdog who everyone loves. It's all in the way he is booked and the story. Considering his fan base, the WWE should just take advantage of him and just push him. But there needs to be a story. Regarding him winning at Saturday night's main event, it's not outside the realm of possibility, considering the WWE is often about making money, I suppose, and they know how much Jey brings in. But then it's true that switching titles 3 months before WrestleMania may not be something that the WWE would do. Plus, Gunther losing to Jey at this moment may do injustice to Gunther? There needs to be a stronger story. So guys, let me know what you feel. This is pure fantasy booking with a tinge of predictions where I kind of see where the WWE is going with this. As for Saturday night's main event, a swerve is possible because, Jey Uso has had these matches. He always has these title matches and then gets screwed, right? It's like the WWE has created a barrier for him, and the fans want to see more of Jey Uso. I think Jey Uso's time is coming, guys. It's in the horizon, okay? I don't know whether it's at Saturday night's main event, but it's on the horizon. It's coming. So that's that, guys. Please do like, share, subscribe to my channel. Until next time, peace out.